Okay, so I'm going to be doing a quick video about the remake of Silent Hill 2. So, Silent Hill 2, when it first came out on the PlayStation 2, I didn't really complete it. I got to the bit when you see Pyramid Head for the first time, and I was like, no, I'm not playing this. I'm never playing this game again. It just freaked me out. I don't know if it's because I was young and I wasn't mentally prepared for these sort of games or whatever. But I didn't like it. I thought it was too, what's the word? Dark. And I just like, you know what? I can't do this. So fast forward 2025. I know this come out in 2024, but it's only been made available to the PlayStation Plus members. I think it was this year. I think it's only just come out on the PlayStation Plus store. So basically, to play this game, you need either to buy it or to have PlayStation Plus. I think it's the premium one, which is the most expensive one. So yeah, I thought, right, I chickened out on it back in, whenever it was when it first came out. I think it was like 2000, 2001, something like that. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it because since then I've played a lot of games that I consider scary, like all the Resident Evils, Evil Within 1 and 2, what was the other ones? Even some elements of Death Stranding, especially the second one, is quite, intimidating, it's quite scary. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. I'll see how far I can get, without feeling, So I got to the apartment bit on the remake, saw Pyramid Head. I was like, oh my god, But then I think about all the bosses and the sub bosses that I've had to deal with Evil Within 1 and 2, like Safehead, which is Safehead is kind of like Pyramid Head, but he's got a safe on his head, and also he's bigger, and he does carry. I think he carries a bag that he can whack you with. But Pyramid Head obviously carries a massive sword. So I was like, do you know what? On this, I think it was Evil Within 2, you have to fight two of them, and that I considered, I think it was the first one, I considered that quite dark, because the environments, the sounds, everything. And there was parts in this game, I'm not going to lie, that I was like, you know what was that sound? Is there something, is there something behind me? You could hear there was a breathing bit as well. There's bits on it as well when you go in the cell and you can hear like a weird chant and you're like, what the fuck is that? But you push on with it and you get on with it, and it is a good game. It is a good storyline, So this is one of the first encounters of enemies you deal with, and I think they're called Lime Figure or something like that. And they're pretty easy to deal with, especially when you're doing the new play game, new plus game, whatever it's called, because on that one you get a chainsaw. So they're pretty, just one whack with that and they're down. But there is another version of these that spray acid. So you have to be more tactile with them. Obviously when they're spraying, you dodge it or you go backwards. And I try and go like from the side or something. If I know they're going to be spraying at the front, I go to the side and then just whack them like that. As you can see, like this, is that one of the bobblehead nurses? So I'm not. I'm doing the replay of it. I'm on the new game plus. I'm not at the hospital at the moment. I'm actually in the Blue Creek apartments, which is the other world of the Woodside apartments. That is just before the first Pyramid Head fight, and it's not really a fight. You just gotta just keep away from him. You have to keep away from him for at least 3 minutes, and he will get frustrated. He will start bashing about cages and stuff like that with his sword. But also, like, if you do a bit of damage to him, he does get a bit faster, but he is reasonably slow as long as you can dodge his attacks and keep a distance away from him. you know, for 3 minutes basically, you shouldn't have to use any bullets on him. And this is what I didn't realise, you know, when I first went in the fight, I was like, oh my god, you know, I didn't realise how fast he was. I didn't realise how slow he was. I mean, you know, I thought, oh my god, you know, I really don't want to. And that was literally the first encounter I had with that boss fight that I had with Pyramid Head, you know, since I've tried the original game in, was it 2001? And I was like, oh my god, this is the first time I'm actually facing Pyramid Head, even though, you know, I vowed I would never do it again. But yeah, he is actually quite slow. You just got to dodge his attacks and all that. But so this, I think this is a picture from from the boss fight that I was just talking about. Obviously, you can see these cages in the background. And yeah, he gets pissed off and he starts smashing these up. And then all of a sudden you'll hear a big siren, you know, like what we have in the film in Silent Hill, and he'll just give up and he'll go through a door. So you basically, that's all you have to do is just deal with that for 3 minutes. But, you know, I didn't even realise it was 3 minutes. I thought, oh god, you know, I'm going to have to kill him or whatever. But no, you don't kill him. You just dodge him, because then he pisses off. So yeah, there is parts of the game in this game, like this was when I was first doing the first walkthrough. This is not an actual picture from the game I was playing, but, you know, this is a picture I've had. There is on the map. There is a bit on the map in the first part of the game, and you start getting blocked in. You're like, where the hell am I supposed to go? Because we've got all these things like, you know, blocked off. And I was like, oh my god, I'm stuck, you know. And there's Pyramid Head again. And the weird thing is, I thought he was actually bigger than that. When I think about it now, you know, I thought he was bigger than that, and that's why I didn't play it. But actually, Safehead, yeah, so this is a picture of Boxhead, Safehead, whatever you want to call him. I used to call him Safehead. I think he does actually look quite more intimidating than Pyramid Head, because when he's bigger, he's carrying that massive, you know, what is it, a tenderizer thing, you know, whatever it is, and he's got the bag full of the hooks and shit, and he just looks more bigger, more taller, you know, he just looks more frightening, I think. And yeah, that's another picture. I think this is when it does a cutscene and, you know, she's walking towards you. And this is what I mean about this game, how this game reminds me of Evil Within, because when you're in the other world, everything starts to look decayed, starts to look horrible, rusted, you know, really gritty, grimy, you know, it's, you know, and yeah. But yeah, this is the other world. But do you see what I mean about how it looks grimy? The same sort of thing, just looks really horrible. But yeah, it was a good storyline. I mean, there is a bit on that game that one of the bosses in particular, people who have played this, they'll know who I'm talking about, I thought was a bit over the top, quite honestly. I mean, I don't know why they added that story into it. I mean, obviously I'm talking about Angela. I'm not going to mention it on here, but anyone that's played it, you know, they will know what I mean. I mean, the boss that you have to fight, you know, to do with Angela. I just thought that was really just not wanted, you know, because you see it and you're like, what the fuck, you know. And it's not a very, if you're triggered to that sort of thing, that's not a sort of thing you want to see. And I understand, you know, with Silent Hill, literally the people that are, you know, it's hard to explain. When they get called to Silent Hill because, you know, they've done something in their past or something like that, and it's the monsters represent the person, you know, represent the feelings. Like, so you got James Sunderland, his monsters are the line figures, you know, the nurses, the bobblehead nurses, Pyramid Head. So Pyramid Head is literally James Sunderland. His what is it? A manifestation of judgment, right? So, you know, it's just. But yeah, no. When you finish when you know you've got the final boss fight with